Hello. It's been a while, I know. But, I'll give you the short version. Basically, I had a lot of technical issues and a lot of personal, real-life stuff happen. Short version, shit happens, and shit happened, but, and it was a lot of shit that happened. But, anyway, I'm finally back after... how long has it been? 6 months, maybe? If not more? Anyway, welcome to the Phoenix Wright Trilogy. This is the 3DS eShop version, and I don't know if you can see it in this corner or not, I imagine so, but you can see I'm using Bandicam to record this because it was better than Fraps. Long story short, with Fraps, I cannot split the windows and record, but with Bandicam, I can because it records the entire overlay of the, monitor. Well, the full screen. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Now, I have played this before, I played all 3, but, I honestly remember fuck all about them as far as what you show, when, and all that such, because it's been a significant amount of time. So as you see, this has all 3 of the first 3 Phoenix Wright games, and I will also be playing Apollo Justice and then Dual Destinies. But, anyway, let's just jump in, as always, shall we? The first Turnabout. Apparently R does not work for that, so I had to get out my stylus. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, hiya, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I had to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I am ready to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I am finished! I can't live in a world without her! I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me! Who took my baby away? The person person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your race. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. This test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That would be Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record and button to check it at any time, okay? I should also be able to hit. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. I should also be able to... Yes, R does work for this. So let's go ahead. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blood force trauma. Can I go in more in depth? No, I cannot. Profiles. BFA, age 27, Larry, Cindy Stone, okay. The victim, models who lived in an apartment, that's the prosecutor, and... Oh, okay. I forgot that was a thing. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was struck once by a blunt object. How the hell do you know that? It doesn't indicate the number of strikes in this autopsy report, but that's correct anyway. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you! Have a cookie. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor! As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court admits it into evidence. right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Okay. That's all there is to it, eh? Just the statue, the ship thinker, rather heavy. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get the chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them before the day before her murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport entered to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Let's see. 7:31, 4 to 5 p.m. And return at 7:30. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of a woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. My question is irrelevant to this case. Oh! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and what I meet her in the afterlife. I'm gonna get to the bottom of all this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I didn't, maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill! She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Salad to the stand. Mr. Salad, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Salad, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. Hold on, do we have... Okay, it doesn't say where she was found. Yep. I quailed and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the victim's phone in the apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Our phone's supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Salad used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Give me 1 sec to look at this, Mr. Wright. From noon to 6 p.m. Okay, that checks out. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why are you exposed to lies in the testimony the witness just gave? Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. Was your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out any contradictions in the testimony. Okay, I think I already know what the contradiction is. He said he remembered the time that it was 1 p.m. This immediately. Phone wasn't working. It's 1 p.m. And let's see. I believe if I press... I believe I can look at it here. Okay, yeah. So she died between 4 and 5, and the cause of death, and yeah, he's saying it was 1 p.m. So that's what she's talking about as far as contradictions go.
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for sure. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Objection!
This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! Under his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sot, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot.
That's all you had to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding, even though we've already covered that there was a blackout.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right! You know what to do. I've got this one.
Listing the time for television. Let's see. One thing I do remember is if you present on the wrong statement, those little exclamation points are basically that's basically your credibility. 5 strikes, you're out. It says probably from the television, so let's put out the blackout record here.
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah!
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sot?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah! Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sot, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sot. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there?
Was there? I don't have anything indicating that it wasn't. But didn't he say he didn't go into the apartment?
Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Oh!
Gladly.
Okay. The apartment. The murder weapon. The killer.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock!
Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. But Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Absolutely! How the hell did he know it was a clock? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. clearly a contradiction. Indeed. That's another element, remembering previous, statements. Anyway, the witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder! Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I was in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solid, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon you just spoke as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture! Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I mean, I saw... Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please! There's not a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims! Mr. Wright! Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think through it carefully. Well, we tested it out ourselves. Your Honor, the sound Mr. heard was definitely this clock. I thought it was just clear if you simply... Let's try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot allow you, let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawat. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Saw. Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it.
Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes, I can.
Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have some evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you said the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see if you can pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The passport.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day of the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Holy crap, he's foaming at the mouth! Order! Order, I say! Well, now that the jewel has been locked up, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and it has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posted his newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Whew. I still can't believe we won. Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait. No! I mean, bad! Bad, bad, bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Whitney's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? And squeeze me? That was a really pathetic line. But I think she's thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
The statue.
Take that!
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. I hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things can change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in something, even in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, now that my monologue's over, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Sisters.